Hey, I'm Rachel. Thanks for stopping by Rachel Mixes It Up. Today we're going to talk about almond milk and how to make it in your own kitchen. It's so easy. So let's get started. The first step to making homemade almond milk is soaking your almonds. So I'm going to show you how. Simple bowl. I measured out 1 cup of raw almonds. I get the 3-pound bag from Costco, so super economical. And then you take 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, or whatever salt you like, and you add it to the almonds. Then we're going to fill the bowl with cold tap water. Now, if you prefer to use filtered water, do it. For me personally, I use cold tap water, and I find that works just as well. All right, so now that we have our almonds covered with water, we're gonna set it and forget it. I'm just gonna cover it simply with a plate and leave it from 8 hours to overnight. I like to do this right before I go to bed, so I don't even have to think about it. We're gonna set this aside. Good morning. Oh, I've been soaking my almonds all night long. I've been dreaming about almond milk. So let's make some. So here are the almonds. They've been soaking all night long, and we are going to drain them because look at that water. You do not want to be using that water in your beautiful almond milk, right? So come to the sink with me. I'll show you what I do. Very simple. Okay, I have my nifty mesh strainer, and I'm going to run my almonds right through it. Now we're going to rinse them. Cold tap water again. I like to shake them up a bit. Get them all cleaned off. Et voila. Let's go make some milk. Almonds are all ready. We are going to add them to the Vitamix. I use my Vitamix. I love my Vitamix. You can use whatever high-speed blender you have. Don't feel like you need to go out and get something fancy schmancy. Any high-speed blender, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and add my almonds and another 1/8 of a teaspoon of sea salt, or whatever salt you desire, and 4 cups of cold filtered water. I do use the filtered water for my actual milk because that's what I prefer, but totally up to you, okay? Look how beautiful that is. It's like they do a little dance in there for me. All right, now, I don't plug my Vitamix in until right before, just to avoid any big messes. So I'm gonna do that now. We're going to go ahead and run it for about a minute until the nuts are all pulverized. It's gonna go really quick. It's ready. With this baby, you don't even need a full minute, but if you have a blender at home that isn't super fast and powerful, you might need to go a minute, minute and a half. So it's all set. It's good to go. We're gonna run it through my nut milk bag. This one is my favorite. I will include it, the link to my nut milk bag. I bought it on Amazon. The reason why I love this one so much is this little elastic ring, and you will understand once I show you and get this run through. So next step is pull the lid off, and we're gonna pour this deliciousness right into the nut milk bag. Cheesecloth would work fine as well. I just like the nut milk bag. I think it's easier to work with personally. I have used cheesecloth in the past, and it just is a bit cumbersome. So, all right. Now, lifts up, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna come on over here to the cabinet. I'm gonna show you what's so great about this nut milk bag. I'm going to hang this from the handle of my cabinet. It's just gonna hang up there, and it's gonna do some of the draining for me. Actually, quite a bit of the draining for me. So I just leave it, and I go do some other things, clean up some dishes, pack lunches, do what I have to do, leave it for about 5 to 10 minutes. We'll come back and we'll see how much is drained. It's awesome. Okay, let's check it out. So far, my nut milk bag has done about half the work for me. It's drained almost half of the milk, which is awesome. A lot less squeezing that I have to do. Let's come on over here. Now, it's very simple. Twist your nut milk bag, because if you don't, I've learned from experience, I've learned the hard way, your nut milk and pulp comes out of the top, okay? So we're gonna twist it and we're just gonna squeeze it. Imagine I'm milking a cow or a goat. I have a feeling that would be a lot harder than this. So, and it comes out so easily. I like to get out as much milk as possible because you're gonna have leftover pulp too, which I'll explain afterwards what we can do with that. But it's easier to work with when it's dry, as dry as possible. And plus, I want as much milk as I can get out of this thing. Another thing I wanted to mention is if you buy store-bought milk and you're used to sweetened milk, you can easily sweeten this. When you're putting the almonds, the salt, and the water in the mixer or in your blender, you're just gonna add the sweetener of your choice. I like dates. I would do 2 to 3 dates and about a teaspoon of vanilla if you wanted sweetened vanilla milk. You could also do chocolate milk and add about 2 tablespoons of cacao or cocoa powder and more dates to make it sweeter to offset the cocoa. All right, that is about done. Like I said, I like to get as much milk out as possible. I gotta use my muscles. All right, there we go. There we have it. Look at that beautiful milk. I'm just gonna set this aside. Grab my plate out. I'm gonna set my nut milk and my pulp to the side. And grab my bottle. Got a brand new lid for my bottle. I have nut milk all over my hands. That's normal, comes with the territory. All right, I'm simply gonna pour this into my container. I got these milk containers on Amazon as well. This will last in the fridge about 4 to 5 days. Oh boy, look at that. I have just enough for a sample. Makes about 4 to 5 cups of milk. You can use it in recipes. I use mine in my coffee, cereal, that kind of thing, oatmeal. There you have it. Look how beautiful that is. And no gums, 3 ingredients, almonds, salt, water. That's it. Isn't that beautiful? It's gorgeous. That's how you make homemade almond milk. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this video useful, hit that like button below and subscribe because we have a lot more coming your way. We'll see you next time. As promised, I'm gonna share with you what I do with the leftover almond pulp I have after making my almond milk. So you have 3 options. You can either use it straight away for one of the many recipes that I'm going to share, or you can put it in the refrigerator in an airtight container for up to 3 to 5 days. Otherwise, if you don't plan on using it for a while, go ahead and store it in a freezer Ziploc bag and put it in there, mash it down so it's flat, and seal it really tight. I also like to write how many cups I have in here and the date. It'll keep in your freezer for up to 2 months. When you're ready to thaw it, go ahead, pull it out and keep it in the refrigerator overnight. It'll be ready the next day for your recipe. So you may be asking yourself, why would I make my own almond milk when I can just buy it at the store? That's a good question. 2 reasons I choose to make my own almond milk is 1, it's cost effective. I can buy this whole bag of raw almonds from Costco for $13. It's 9 cups of almonds. It takes 1 cup of almonds to make 32 ounces of almond milk. And all I add is salt and water. So it's about $1.40, $1.50 for 32 ounces. Kind of a no-brainer. In the store, you're paying anywhere from $3.50 to $7 for almond milk. Another reason is I know exactly what goes into it. Like I mentioned, almonds, salt, and water. That's it. It's clean. When you're buying almond milk from the store, most of them have tons of additives, including gums, many gums, which aren't good for your digestion. So that's why I make my own almond milk. Cost effective, and it's clean. So you may want to know how to clean your nut milk bag. I definitely don't add mine to the laundry. What I do first is I get all the pulp out. So turn it inside out, and just rinse it, rinse it, rinse it. Make sure that you don't have any remaining pulp left in there. Okay, squeeze it out. And then I add it to a bowl of soapy warm water. And I just let it sit there for a little bit. And I don't use any soap, dish soap with any dyes or super strong fragrances because I don't want my nut milk to have any flavor or any residue left over. I mean, I'm gonna rinse this really, really well after it soaks. And I will smell it too, I'll show you. So say I let this sit for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I think it's good. So I'm gonna go ahead, just rinse it, rinse it, rinse it. And turn it inside out and right side out. Just gonna get it all until I see no more suds. Okay. Just gonna wring it out. I wanna get between all those fibers so I don't have any soap hanging out in there. All right, that looks really good. And I'm gonna smell it too, just to make sure it doesn't smell like dish soap, and it doesn't. It smells like nothing, so we're good to go. Now what I'll do is I'll hang it, like if I have a water bottle, let's just use this. I have this here. I'd usually use something that's clean and drying, and I place it over. And just let it air dry, and that's it. I do it inside out, so the seam is gonna get more dry. If it's inside, it's gonna stay wet longer. And then I leave it until it's completely dry. When it's dry, I fold it and put it away. End of story, all done. If you have any additional questions, please type them below and I'll do my best to answer them. Thanks for watching.